welcome to eNow. I am Shreya Srivastava. Now, Hollywood's biggest names are in India as Christopher Nolan, Tom Holland and Matt Damon talk all things the Odyssey. Meanwhile, reports of mismanagement also hit social media. Back home, fresh buzz around Alia Bhatt's reported entry into Tumbad 2 has fans excited. While Shah Rukh Khan's latest real estate move is making headlines, and for all the right reasons. And on the internet, a heartfelt message from Chatur for Sonam Wangchuk and Erling Haaland's unusual raccoon souvenir have everybody talking. There's lots coming up, so let's get started. As Hollywood's biggest stars visit India for the promotions of the Odyssey, we have got an exclusive front row seat. Zoom caught up with Tom Holland and Matt Damon during the India tour, and from what drew them to this ambitious retelling of Homer's timeless epic, to behind-the-scenes stories, intense action sequences and working together on one of the year's biggest cinematic spectacles, the two stars opened up like never before. They also shared their love for Indian fans whose passion has made global film promotions bigger than ever before. So what did Tom reveal about stepping into this legendary world? And what makes Matt believe the Odyssey is unlike anything audiences have seen before? Here's our Zoom exclusive.
Hello everybody, I'm Rudrani, and of course at the Odyssey premiere I am with a person who's so talented and is so loved in India, of course, Tom Holland. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for doing this. This is the mic that is yours.
Okay.
It'll be easier for us to do.
This is nice.
Yes, of course. Tom, like I said, thank you for doing this. I did this for Matt and must do for you. I think we should always bow before the worthy king, and you were at the end a worthy king after I saw yesterday. So please accept my awkward bow. What a king you turned out to be. But was it difficult to get into the mind of Telemachus, who's such a complex character also in his way? You know, he's so committed to his father's memory in that way, never met him. And I feel like you brought that out so well, but you were so loyal to even that. But living with a ghost like that is difficult. What would you like to say? How did you understand that?
Well, I think where we're so lucky is that, you know, Chris is so celebrated as a director that he's often overlooked at how talented he is as a writer. And when we read the script for the first time, I think everyone was anxious reading it for the first time. And then I can speak on behalf of all the actors. I think everyone breathed a sigh of relief once we read it, because everything we needed was in the script. You know, Chris painted such a clear picture of what he wanted all of us to try and achieve in our characters. And he's so generous with his time. You know, there's no time that's a bad time to have a discussion about the character. So we were really spoiled with Chris. And I'm super proud. It's like proud beyond belief of the movie.
I want to ask you, we're talking about his unique filmmaking style. I want to say, what was the big culture shock for you when you walked into a set like that, you know, with everything real? And how did you kind of understand that you were a part of the Christopher Nolan world? Like, that's massive.
I think it was the scale. Being a part of something so big that was all practical. You know, when you see 1,000 people in an army, there is 1,000 people on that beach. When we're hiking up mountains or in the middle of nowhere, we really are in those places. And for me to be a part of something like that was a dream come true, and felt reminiscent of the good old days of cinema, but also felt like we were somehow in the future with the ambition and the technicality of working with the IMAX camera.
And with me is one of the most talented actors in the world, Matt Damon. Of course, it's the Odyssey premiere. First of all, I have to do this, apparently. And I think we should bow before a worthy king, so here I am. Because I've seen the film and I think you are my worthy king. How did you think about the reaction that you got yesterday?
Oh, it was amazing. It was really generally audience that we'd seen it with. We'd been to some premieres, but obviously there were a lot of family and friends there. But so to see it with regular people who were just seeing the movie, and the reaction was so exciting, and it's everything we could have wanted.
You know that India loves you.
Yeah, well, I love India too.
100%. Matt, how did you kind of balance your characters, the brokenness and the guilt that he has so much, and made him so relatable, and rather than just like a legendary king, you know, you made it so much more human? Why was that important for you?
Well, that's always been the story with Odysseus. He's a very complicated character. He doesn't always make the right choices, and Chris's screenplay was really exceptional, and it was pretty clear, I think, to all of the actors what we needed to do. Chris gives you such freedom in creating your role. He's just such a good actor's director, and gave us a really good screenplay to work with.
Now, when one of the greatest filmmakers of our time speaks, the world listens. And now Zoom brings you an exclusive conversation with Academy Award-winning director Christopher Nolan, the visionary behind cinematic landmarks like the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Interstellar, and of course Oppenheimer. As excitement builds around his next epic, The Odyssey, Nolan opens up about bringing one of history's greatest tales to the big screen, the scale and ambition behind the film, and what audiences can expect from this breathtaking adventure. He also reflects on storytelling, pushing cinematic boundaries, and why the theatrical experience remains more important than ever before. So what makes The Odyssey one of the most ambitious films of his career? Let's hear it from the master storyteller himself in this Zoom exclusive.
I am right now chatting with Mr. Christopher Nolan. Thank you for being a part of this, first of all. And like I said, I saw the film. There is so much about this film that everybody's talking about, the impossible things that you've done, especially with IMAX cameras. What has been the most difficult practical sequence for you? And there have been so many monsters from that era. What was the most difficult thing to shoot for you?
I mean, a lot of challenges. It's an adventure story with so many different elements, particularly fantastical elements. But I think some of the hardest stuff we did was actually being on the boats, real boats in a real storm, with a crew, with actors. It was a big challenge, but everybody pulled together and they did it really well.
I have to say, you have taken this 3,000 euro epic and you have made it relatable. And I know that is not easy. There are so many elements. But I think, how did you make it so palatable and relevant for today's audience? And how easy or difficult that must have been for you?
Well, I enjoy the process of adaptation. And Homer's original poem has fascinated generations for thousands of years. So just on that basis, it's that you trust that there's resonance for a modern world. If you can adapt it in a way that you care about, hopefully the other people will relate.
Absolutely. My last one, of course, is you have made the best casting. You always do that. And we see such fine actors with you. So that process. And of course, you put everybody on spot saying Matt or Tom. So should we put you on spot as well?
You can try. This incredible cast in the film, not just Matt and Tom, but Anne and Rob Pattinson and Charlize Theron and Lupita Nyong'o, just incredible cast. They all do the most amazing work. I was thrilled to come to work every day and see these actors make it so much more than I could have imagined.
That's a wonderful answer. Thank you so much, sir. Like I said, everybody, I saw the movie. It was incredible. What an experience it's going to be. So thank you. Would you like to say bye to all our fans?
Bye. Thank you very much. Thank you.
He's been called the gentlest giant. He's been called an idol of healthy masculinity. Well, if the FIFA World Cup has managed to create one worldwide sensation this year, it is Erling Haaland. From being a Norwegian star to now a global icon through his meditation celebration, awkwardly funny interviews, deadpan humor memes, or even his refreshingly unfiltered and goofy personality, the internet loves him. But the latest viral moment is when he returned to Norway from the 2026 World Cup, carrying a $750 taxidermied raccoon, holding a whiskey bottle which he purchased at a Texas store during the tournament. He has now captioned the post saying the raccoon followed him home. The video, now being circulated online, has garnered insane traction, showing just how powerful football fan base is. Now, Alia Bhatt may be stepping into one of Indian cinema's most intriguing horror universes. According to reports, the actress is in talks to join Tumbad 2, sparking major excitement among fans of the cult classic. While the makers are yet to make an official announcement, the buzz has already sent social media into overdrive. The first Tumbad, released in 2018, wasn't a massive box office hit initially, but over the years it has earned an almost legendary cult status. Celebrated for its haunting visuals, rich mythology, atmospheric storytelling, and the terrifying legend of Hastar, the film is now widely regarded as one of India's finest horror fantasy movies ever to be made. Its successful re-release has further cemented its popularity, introducing the film to a whole new generation of viewers. Now, with Tumbad 2 officially in development and Alia's name linked to the project, anticipation is on an all-time high. If the reports turn out to be true, the sequel could bring together one of Bollywood's biggest stars and one of Indian cinema's most beloved cult franchises. A combination fans are already calling a dream casting. Take a look.
Alia Bhatt has finally confirmed one of the biggest casting rumors in Bollywood. The actress is officially joining Soham Shah's much-awaited horror film, Tumbad 2, and fans couldn't be more excited. After weeks of speculation, Alia has revealed that she is now a part of the critically acclaimed Tumbad franchise. The announcement has created a huge buzz among movie lovers, especially those who have been eagerly waiting for the sequel. Soham Shah also confirmed Alia's casting in a special way. He took to Instagram and shared a series of pictures with Alia Bhatt against the iconic red backdrop from the Tumbad universe. Sharing the pictures, he wrote, "A new chapter unfolds. Welcome to Tumbad 2, Alia Bhatt, Pralyayega, see you at the movies." Alia also opened up about why joining the franchise means so much to her. While speaking to Bombay Times, she shared, "Tumbad has stayed with me ever since I first watched it. Very few films create a world that feels this original and immersive, and even fewer continue to grow in people's imagination years after they've released. That's what makes this opportunity so exciting." Her statement reflects the impact the original Tumbad had on audiences and why the sequel is one of the most anticipated films in recent years. Tumbad 2 will once again feature Soham Shah, while Nawazuddin Siddiqui will also play a key role in the sequel. According to earlier reports, Alia had already begun shooting for the film on 3rd May, before flying to the United States for the Met Gala on 4th May. Directed by Adesh Prasad, Tumbad 2 will continue the dark and mysterious mythology surrounding the cursed god Hastar. The sequel promises to expand the haunting world created in the first film and take audiences even deeper into its terrifying folklore. The makers have hinted that the new chapter will be darker, more intense, and even more unsettling. The story will explore the dangerous consequences of awakening forces that were never meant to be worshipped, making the sequel bigger in both scale and horror. Tumbad 2 is scheduled to release in theaters on 3rd December 2027. Fans will now be eagerly waiting to see what role she plays in one of Indian cinema's most unique horror universes.
Now with that, it's time for a quick break. On the other side, more buzz, more viral moments, and of course, more entertainment. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back, you're watching eNow. Remember Chatur from 3 Idiots? Omi Vaidya, who played the iconic character, has shared an emotional video supporting Sonam Wangchuk, the real-life inspiration behind Aamir Khan's Phunsukh Wangru. As Wangchuk's indefinite hunger strike entered its 17th day, Omi appealed to the public saying, "I don't want Phunsukh Wangru to die." The video has now gone viral, with many calling it a powerful full-circle 3 Idiots moment, while one section of the internet is questioning Aamir Khan's silence. Wangchuk is fasting at Delhi's Jantar Mantar in support of the Cockroach Janata Party's demands for accountability over examination irregularities and the NEET paper leak. And that's all for today. Keep watching eNow every day at 2:30 p.m. only on Times Now for a wrap on all the hype worth your time. Until next time, I am Shreya Srivastava. Thanks and goodbye.